I know you're going to be surprised, but I'm going to make a giraffe out of this thing. Sometimes I feel like the creation of something is more meaningful than the result, the process. And in this case, this is literally the definition of that. Okay, let's try. What's cool about this is we're all of us performers are equalized by doing some stupid task that none of us can really truly accomplish. So all we're doing is just emphasizing what everybody already knows, which is that we are basically just not good at anything besides saying other people's lines. Thank you. My favorite one I ever wore was no Halloween costume because essentially that's my job. My job is to just dress up like almost every day is Halloween, like on this photo shoot, but then also just in characters I play. So what people don't really know, which I'm always surprised at, is why actors are excited about Halloween because they live it every day. I think maybe I was just traumatized by my costumes that my dad helped me create when I was a kid. My dad worked with Red Grooms, the artist, so he designed all these really outlandish things made out of cardboard for Halloween that I wore and were torturous. He made a house, and the house had rooms in it. They were all lit up by Christmas lights, and each one had a different scene. Like one scene where people like fighting, the other one was someone was reading to a child, and there was all different people were eating dinner downstairs. And the house fit on top of my head, and I could look out one of the windows. The chimney was where you put the candy, right? So I wore it on my head, and then I had a backpack with a battery pack, no joke, with all that lit up all the lights in the house. But I couldn't move my knees farther than like maybe 3 or 4 inches. So every time I would walk, my knees would hit the front of this thing. On my way upstairs to get like candy, I would fall flat over and I wouldn't really know where I was going. And then no one could really hear me very well. So when I would ask people for candy, they'd be like, sorry, excuse me, trick or treat. I'd be like, treat. And it'd be like, phew. And they'd be like, what? Where do we put the candy? And my dad would be like sitting there like, let's see if they know. And then they'd like occasionally they just give up and I'd be left there with the door closed, or sometimes they'd like try to put it to the windows and stuff like that. The chimney thing didn't work out. I was freed like 30 or 45 minutes into it because my dad was like, I can't do that to you. I think I was like Elvis Presley one year, and that was fine. My sister dyed my hair with Manic Panic. Someone asked me the other day why am I an actor? And the answer was because Manic Panic had its way with my brain, probably. I don't know. You know, my first kiss was in the stairwell in elementary school, in the stairwell, right? The door closed, and we kissed. It was a peck. It wasn't. You want like the real? What was the first sloppy one? Outside a bowling alley. It was a birthday party of a friend of mine who was having a birthday party at a bowling alley. I didn't even know what was going to happen. We were like talking outside, and she sort of made the first move. I was like, this is the beginning of the end. Yeah, it was wonderful. I remember asking my grandfather about when he first kissed my grandmother. I was going around Queens with him because we were touring around where he grew up. We went to a park out there, and he said, I remember on the first date where I took your grandmother. They were divorced many years before. I said, what was it like? He said, he closed his eyes. He said, glorious, like that. I love dogs. I just love them. They're so playful. They bring that out in us if we allow it. I don't think I'm that playful generally. I need to be reminded of it, so they remind me of that. When I housebroke my dog, it was like probably one of the proudest moments I've had in the past 3 years, you know. It was like such tremendous triumph. Every 3 hours taking my dog out to pee from his crate, and then finally one day I didn't have to. It was like, it was amazing. It was truly, truly amazing. Those are the little things.
What was your first pet's name?
Rosie. Now everybody knows every code to every one of my passwords. Fuck. Every fucking code. What was the first street you lived in? What was your first pet? I'm like, fuck. The first street I lived on was Norton.
So you're Rosie Norton.
Yeah, my porn name? Yeah.
Your porn name.
Is that what it is, right?
Yeah,
is that what you're going to ask?
Rosie Norton.
Yeah. I mean, right? It's always good to be friends with the cops. I actually recently, unfortunately, got a speeding ticket, which I was like, watch this, it's cool. I got this. And then it was like, license registration, please. I was like, buddy. He was like, license registration. I was like, I played a cop. He's like, go fuck yourself. So that didn't help. I get the nod. At least I get the nod. I still got the fucking ticket, but I got the nod.